Tonight marks another chapter in the rivalry between the United States and Mexico as they meet at NRG Stadium determining the winner of the 2025 CONCACAF Gold Cup. It's the 8th time these two rivals are meeting between the United States and Mexico, and despite less than ideal preparations for the tournament, having both lost decisively to Switzerland, the Stars and Stripes were defeated by Turkey and Mexico themselves, both in 1-0 final results. The pair went through this competition and they meet here in Houston. The Stars and Stripes gained momentum in this tournament that they wore on with a 5-0 win over Trinidad and Tobago, 1-0 over Saudi Arabia, and a 2-0 win over Haiti in the group stage, which set up a quarterfinal date with Costa Rica, where Mauricio Pochettino's guys came in victorious in a 4-3 penalty shootout decision after a 2-2 draw, followed by a 2-1 prevailing over Guatemala in the semifinals. Meanwhile, Mexico struggled off a nerve-wracking 3-2 win over the Dominican Republic with a 2-0 win over Suriname, and followed a scoreless draw with Costa Rica of a 2-0 win over Saudi Arabia in the quarterfinals. And from there, a goal from Raul Jimenez was enough to send Mexico to the final with their win over Honduras. Hello everyone, I am Alec Nava. Welcome to Houston, the Space City. Pochettino was under a lot of pressure at the two friendly losses heading into this tournament, and since then, the USMNT put together 5 straight wins to get to the final, and performances have put together moments of brilliance, but there's still a lot to prove and a lot to improve on. Given the number of absences, there have been young players that had the opportunity to impress their coach and get a World Cup spot. Malik Tillman, Diego Luna, and Matt Freese have done exactly that. For L3, it's an opportunity for the second Gold Cup and second trophy in 2025. Second Gold Cup in as many tries, and 10th overall. Javier Aguirre's side last won the Nations League earlier this year, marking the first time that a team other than the Stars and Stripes won the trophy. And they've also shown signs of vulnerability, but anything goes in a cup final between two major rivals. Like the Stars and Stripes, L3 enjoyed a youth movement led by Mateo Chávez and Gilberto Mora, impressing with their quality and their tenacity. For as long as this sport will exist, these two rivals are going to be locked into an epic battle until the trumpets sound. It's yet another opportunity for the two to claim another regional title and build their momentum heading into next year's FIFA World Cup. While NRG Stadium is used to seeing Houston Texans games and rodeos, they are going to be hosting something more than just a football match. For the Stars and Stripes, Pochettino hasn't rotated much during the Gold Cup. So 7 players have started every match for the United States, with another 3 for 4 to 5. There was a week break between the group stage and the knockout rounds, but this line of choices didn't raise a lot of concerns. But after a semi-final in which the U.S. had just 46% possession in the second half, it's fair to wonder if they're running out of gas. Patrick Aguiman looked to be running on fumes at halftime, as did Luca de la Torre. The latter was subbed out for Brennan Aronson, which helped, but the U.S. still struggled in the later stage. Then there is the status of Tyler Adams. He came off at the 77th minute because of a hamstring ailment. He has a history of injuries, so his availability and energy is going to be one to watch. In terms of lineup continuity, there's clear chemistry that has been developed with the starting 11, but the U.S. figures to do a lot of chasing against a Mexico team that will likely have more at the ball, meaning intensity levels are going to be high. It's one thing to make an impact against Haiti or Saudi Arabia. It's another against a historic rival like Mexico in a packed house. There's tenacity attackers like Tillman and Luna, who combined for 10 goals in the Gold Cup, and it's not going to be shocking if either rose to the occasion. Luna especially highlights the spirit needed for a tournament final. The Real Salt Lake Star seems to be suited for going toe-to-toe with Mexico's best players. In net, Matt Freese is also worth his credit, but after some shaky moments in the semifinals, could he be a weak link against L3's long list of attackers? For L3, Mexico heading into this game. So in this Gold Cup, in this historic rivalry, the 26 players they brought to the Gold Cup look like the base of the team that will represent the nation for next year's FIFA World Cup. The Gold Cup is his final test before next summer. He's been adamant that he has defined between 50% and 60% of the squad. The remaining doubts relate to which player will play at right back and the players chosen to replace Luis Chávez who is injured and will be out for up to 8 months of action. In the Gold Cup, Johan Vasquez and Cesar Montes look to be the ideal center-back pairing. In the midfield, Edson Alvarez is the captain and the automatic starter. And on the attack, the most important player is Raul Jimenez, and he needs to be at his best in this game and next summer. To be clear, Aguirre's reputation is not in jeopardy. And while he admitted that his team is the favorite to win the Gold Cup, he made things clear that the main objective is to prepare for the World Cup. And last year, the 16-year-old Gilberto Mora wasn't a professional player, and yet 10 months after being the youngest ever scorer in Liga MX, the Club Tijuana teenager took Mexican football by storm. His level of confidence and polish for attacking midfielder of his age. His ceiling is high. And Aguirre now giving him full trust after an ACL injury to Chávez. Mora is once again poised to lead the heart of Mexico's starting 11. He's exceeded all expectations for El Tri, and this game could be another stepping stone for the player who is leveling up as the future face of Mexican football. We go over to our starting 11s. We begin with the Stars and Stripes. At goal is Matt Freese. At center backs are Tim Ream and Chris Richards. Along left back is Max Arfsten. Right back is Alex Freeman. Left back is Freeman. Right back is Max Arfsten. The midfielders are Luca de la Torre and Tyler Adams. The forwards are Diego Luna, Malik Tillman, and Sebastian Berhalter. And the striker is Patrick Aguiamang. The starting 11 for Mexico in this game begins with Angel Malagon in goal. Center backs are Johan Vasquez and Cesar Montes. The backs on the left and right are Jorge Sanchez and Jesus Gallardo. Midfielders are Marcel Ruiz, Edson Alvarez, and Gilberto Mora. The forwards are Raul Jimenez, Alexis Vega, and Roberto Alvarado. So we get Andrew on board. How are we tonight, Andrew?
We're doing all right. How are you feeling about Mexico today?
Vamos! Vamos!
Mexico.
Yes.
Unfortunately, you know what they're calling the Team USA now?
Ooh.
The MAGA Messes.
Oh boy. Oh boy. This is gonna... That was... Yeah. Sometimes no words to describe it is enough. But sadly, it's our reality.
Exactly. And it's getting a lot worse too. About to be.
Oh. That means gotta get the power to the people back soon enough.
Yeah, what do you think of the Zorhan guy?
Let's go.
You're pro Zorhan?
Oh, protect him at all costs.
Yeah, inshallah.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I think... Are you going live for the Club World Cup Championship or during the week this week? For the semifinal matches?
I think this is the only game that I'm covering.
Only soccer game you're covering?
Well, that's how I believe it to be the case. That's the only soccer game I'm covering, in which, yeah, I want to cover more games, but sometimes you have to realize that sometimes you have to set limits for yourself.
Of course, of course. So are you available during the days now, or are you working or busy to do, like, during the day games?
You know, I've been taking some time off from announcing as of late, and this game, but because this game has a huge implications, this is the game that this is circled on the calendar, of course.
Of course.
Yeah, not just because it is a championship, but because it's an appetizer for what we could see from both of these clubs for next year's World Cup.
Exactly. And I don't know if either is looking great for the World Cup next year. Talent might not be there.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we don't know if they're going to go over the top for next year's World Cup, but we anticipate that there's some form of competitive fire heading into next year.
Agreed.
Because, of course, we can expect some of the powerhouses in FIFA to take center stage and be the favorites for the World Cup title, as we saw last year of Argentina. Perhaps next year, España could be the favorite.
And I think France with Zidane, France has the two new young people with PSG, so I think they will probably give Spain a run for their money.
Doué, yes.
Doué, thank you. Yeah, do you think he's better than Lamine Yamal right now?
Oh, that's tough. That's very tough to think about.
Because who's your club again?
Oh, in terms of rooting for clubs, I'm a Barca guy.
Barca? Me too. I like Barca.
Let's go. So.
Yeah, so you're Lamine Yamal then, of course.
Yep.
And
I am
Yamal was good.
So this Spain team is going to be one that's going to have a lot of fireworks. It's not just Yamal. You have to think of Carvajal, Rodri, Williams. This team is loaded.
Danny Olmo.
Olmo, yes.
Do you think this team is better than the 2010 Spain team?
Now, I'm not that big into...
Team?
I'm not really a soccer historian or a footy historian for those living across the long pond, but...
A foothead.
Well, it could be there. It could be there. We see both teams are walking onto the pitch. Of course, this stadium famous for the Houston Texans and rodeo. But this is going to be one of the host stadiums for next year's World Cup. It is the host of this year's Gold Cup Final. So they're playing for that trophy that's being displayed right now. We can expect there's going to be a packed house once next year comes along for World Cup matches in Houston, along with the 15 other cities that are set to host World Cup games.
So, in your opinion, what site should have hosted the World Cup final?
I think the correct answer is Ciudad de Mexico.
Ciudad de Mexico? You think it's just a better football city?
It's a better football city. Yes.
Yes. But out of the U.S. stadiums, what about SoFi versus Meadowlands?
SoFi, I'm going to take 100% over the Meadowlands.
You don't think it should be outdoors, though?
I still think that the stadium should be held. I think the final should be held outdoors in each case, but nonetheless, it gives for an added sense of dramatics. Though one concern would be about the heat.
True.
Yeah, because that's no joke to consider. And imagine if temperatures can get hot, plus you have to deal with humidity. That's going to be a pain.
Sure, but you would not have to deal with that as much in Mexico City because of the elevation.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't, because the elevation is going to help out matters in not dealing with the heat.
True.
I mean, it's not like you're playing in Miami in that case.
True. So what is your opinion on the push for grass fields?
Please, full time.
Full time? You think all NFL stadiums should be grass?
I am sticking to that word that NFL stadiums should be grass, because when you account for injuries and the effects, you're more likely to suffer a bigger injury when playing on turf rather than playing on natural grass. That's why I want all the stadiums to be played on natural grass. FIFA voiced its concern, and CONMEBOL voiced its concern when you have stadiums that are played on turf in last year's Copa Oro, and those injuries were more severe cases. So that's why the concerns are noted.
True, but counterpoint, the FedEx Field Washington Commanders are a grass field, and they have so many ACL injuries.
Oh, that is I don't know how
You think
cursed
it's
that
just
field
cursed?
is, but I think perhaps now you've really now that may be a conflicting point because of the litany of injuries suffered at FedEx Field, now known as Northwest Stadium. But some may say that that is an ACL graveyard. Oof, it's just not good.
True. True. All right. Whose career would you have rather seen if they didn't get injured? RG3 or Derrick Rose?
Well, well, while Derrick Rose is the tragic story, RG3 is the classic what if career. What if he didn't get hurt? What if he stayed healthy all throughout? Will we have seen his progression into one of the most dynamic quarterbacks of all time? Will we have seen the rise of Kirk Cousins? Will we have seen RG3 dominate headlines throughout? Well, those are fair questions to wonder. But still, I'll take RG3. No shade to D Rose, but it's the RG3 story is much sadder.
Yeah, I think I'd still do D Rose because it would have been so awesome to have that Bulls Cavaliers rivalry when, Derrick Rose is in his peak and then LeBron was dominating when he was on the Heat and then on the Cavs.
That would have been a lot more fun to watch if D Rose was fully healthy and that he gets to play a longer career. Him and Jimmy Butler as the 1-2 punch in Chicago, that would have been amazing.
True. Hey, speaking of Jimmy Butler, what do you think of the Warriors if they get Dame? Are they the best team in the West?
Well, if this was several years ago, I would have said yes. Let's be fair. Because when you look at how old those players are, Curry, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, and then you add Damian Lillard to the equation, that's basically you're basically making the 2018 All-Star team. Or reincarnating the Hamptons 5 if this was several years ago. So, we're getting the starting 11s from both squads. The U.S. is going with a 4-3-3. So instead of a 4-2-3-1, they're shifting Aguirre over to the forward side. Matt Freese has done admirably well as the starting goalkeeper. He's substituted in for a struggling Matt Turner. So, and Arfsten, Ream, Richards, Freeman, De La Torre, Adams, Tillman, Berhalter, Aguirre, and Luna ahead of Freese. So, and Mexico sticking with the 4-3-3 lineup all the same. Malagon, Gallardo, part of that group. Keep an eye out for Gilberto Mora. He's taken Mexican football by storm, and he's just 16 years old. These two join Gallardo, Vasquez, Montes, Sanchez, Ruiz, Edson Alvarez, Vega, Jimenez, and Alvarado on the starting 11. So both clubs are getting prepared. And one storyline to watch is how effective Tyler Adams is going to be, given that he subbed out at the 77th minute in this Stars and Stripes' semifinal victory. And ever since the turn of this century, the U.S. did turn things around, and they made it to the knockout rounds of the 2022 World Cup, going by on a 1-0 victory and surviving a scare in which Christian Pulisic was injured in that game right after his goal. In 11 minutes of stoppage time in the second half, the U.S. will start with possession in this first half. The Stars and Stripes in the white jerseys, Mexico in the black jerseys. And the U.S. going from left to right in this first half, Mexico right to left. And everyone's getting set here. Mauricio Pochettino, the head coach of the United States, Javier Aguirre for Mexico, and we're underway. Let's get rocking and rolling. Up the near side, this bounce stopped several times right onto Malagon. Malagon will handle this one out here at NRG Stadium. Lofts this one down all the way. or the Stars and Stripes will pull ahead. At just 46% possession time in the second half of their semifinal victory, Vodak, and with how they are constantly using their starting 11, Vodak Saucon catch up to them. It's Mexico with their fresh legs going to catch up. This one deflected up by the Stars and Stripes, and they cleared it out of the box. And El3, a bump. We have our first whistle here. Both teams each have 5 substitutions. Do remember, for Mexico, they do not go down easy. It's been a series of 1-goal wins for Mexico as we are a minute into this game. Up the far side, this pass a little too far, and up and over goes Aguirre as he got brought down by Cesar Montes. Montes will see this one get inbounded by Stars and Stripes. Pochettino, 9 wins, a draw, and 5 losses as the head coach of the Stars and Stripes. Mexico will take this one up right to left, waiting with some time out. As it's Montes up towards the near side. That almost got out of bounds. They're going to say it was out of bounds. So it's mishandled by Alvarado on a pass intended from Araujo. Luca de la Torre wants to get the inbound, and Mexico intercepts the inbound pass. The Stars and Stripes tried to take it away. El3 can advance it further, but they're aggressively pushing right on the Stars and Stripes as they're forced all the way back. Mexico with their aggressive push towards the near side as they force the pass that was well too far. And El3 gets this one up the middle. Too far, but it's taken up. And Alexis Vega can volley this one up towards the outside as the Stars and Stripes clear it out. Good job by Chris Richards, who gets the clear. He hits him Ream. 1 minute center back duel. Aguirre is in his first stint as Mexico's head coach. 46 wins, 13 draws. 20 losses as the Stars and Stripes towards the near side as this is pushed up by Malik Tillman. And a whistle. 46, 12, and 15 is Aguirre. And there was an opportunity to be had for Aguirre before he was tackled down by Edson Alvarez. And Aguirre helped to prevent that contact. Put his foot onto the ball. So this will be a free kick from down deep. And the U.S. chance to get something here out of this free kick try. From way out. Angel Malagon to Luis Malagon. I apologize. Luis Malagon. Angel Malagon. Excuse me. I am confused between names. As Sebastian Berhalter will get this free kick all the way even just past the midway mark. Berhalter down deep on the goal. Oh, it rang off the crossbar. And they give it to the U.S. Sebastian Berhalter from down deep. Wow. Somehow, some way, the United States get on the board first on a deep free kick. Sebastian Berhalter finds this one up. It just barely crosses the goal line by a millimeter. Deflected in by Chris Richards as it bounces over and right over the head of Angel Malagon. Just headed inside by just a smidge. As it seemed like it was just kept out off the crossbar. Richards deflects this one up. It just barely crosses the goal line. And the Stars and Stripes on the board first. A perfect start for the Stars and Stripes. In the CONCACAF Gold Cup. The Americans on the board first. As we're 5 minutes deep into the Gold Cup final here in Houston. It's a good goal as they just confirmed it. Richards from Berhalter in the 4th minute of action. Up the far side, it'll be Mexico. Trying to get some pushback. It's his 3rd goal and 31 international appearances. 2 of them have come in this tournament. Up the near side, Mexico. This one a little too far to go to Freese. What those set pieces could do for the United States, in which they are pushing the attack. Deep pass all the way down as the Stars and Stripes are forced out of this one. Somehow they keep this one alive, and this ball is fought for, and it'll be Mexico ball. So this was just kept inside by Sebastian Berhalter by just a smidge, but they rolled it out of bounds. Well, Mexico a chance to answer back here. We're 6 minutes deep. Their side on this pass. Too far. Miscommunication on the feed to Alvarado. Jesus Gallardo, rather. Along this left back side. USA on the board first. So it'll be the Stars and Stripes inbounding as Alex Freeman gets this in as this is volleyed over. Mexico fouls. Oh, this was illegally touched. As Tyler Adams, he was set to move it up down the near side. As Vasquez, he was contesting for this loose ball. Up against Adams. From the middle of the field, this will be sent up. Well defended there by Mexico. They'll take this back up right to left. Moving up through the middle as this is sent back again. And Mexico will wait some time out. Mexico trying to defend their Gold Cup title. They won it 2 years ago on a goal in the 88th minute from Santiago Jimenez. And they bring it up to the far side. They beat Panama 1-0. Up at the far line as Mexico will look 79th meeting all time. Mexico 37 wins, 17 draws, 24 losses. They lead the all-time series. Mexico won 5 of the previous 7 Gold Cup finals. Good cutoff on the pass. And Mexico, they just keep this one inside. Not for long though. And the Stars and Stripes will take it up. And a good cut by El Tri. They'll bring this one all the way back because there was no lane. And the foul is going to be a whistle here as Gallardo was down. A foul whistle here as Sebastian Berhalter wanted to lead the way up the near side for the Stars and Stripes. Mexico will restart with this. 8 minutes in deep. Edson Alvarez. He will look towards the left. And find Vasquez. Johan Vasquez up the middle. Forced towards the near side as Gallardo gets this one back. And it is volleyed up. Held by Richards as Stars and Stripes can't clear this one outside of their zone. Vasquez spins around one of the Americans. And Mexico. This is brought out by Tillman out of bounds. Mexico will get it back. So Malik Tillman will have to go back on the defense. Mexico, a possession-heavy team. And they're trying to keep this one tight. There are 2 balls on the pitch. So we'll have to do this inbound again. Here's Gallardo over to Vasquez, who plays this over all the way for Malagon. Angel Malagon. Clears this one all the way. Malagon, named the starter as Guillermo Ochoa, is going to be retiring soon enough. Ochoa, 39 years old. So a steady veteran presence. Chris Richards has the only goal this game as this one bounced across the goal line by just a millimeter. The cruelest irony. As they fly the ball going inside. Malagon will start it up. That's the first goal out in 387 minutes for Mexico. The last goal they gave up was in the group stage opener. Up against the Dominican Republic. Vasquez moves up the far side. The Americans get this one out. So Mexico will inbound it on the far line. We're 10 minutes deep. Richards the only goal scorer. And Mexico still surveying. Somebody open, that's Gilberto Mora. And now it's inside. Nothing there for Mexico as the Stars and Stripes going to burn the pressure up the far side. Pochettino's squad overcoming a tough beginning under his watch. They've won their last 5 games. Mexico trying to put an end to that. Defense being the name of their guys. and their identity. Near side, this is brought up. This is Freeman, as he'll send it back towards the midfield side. Tyler Adams. Adams looks towards the left for Tim Ream. Ream waits. Far side on the pass. Mexico intercepts. And back the other way as this was out of bounds. They're going to say it was carried out of bounds by El Tri. So the Stars and Stripes will inbound. So Javier Aguirre needs to find a solution. And it could start here off this intercept by Vasquez. Johan Vasquez, a little too far on the near side. Send it for Vega. That was Freeman who caught out the pass. And Mexico will get this one back. Richards cuts that one off. And the Stars and Stripes will get this back. Diego Luna. All the way across over to Sebastian Berhalter, who has the assist on the free kick. Malik Tillman up the middle. Mexico was in the way at that one. And this one towards the middle. Mexico gets this one out. They'll lead the way back. Taking their time with this one. Bringing this one back towards the defensive side. And there they'll wait. More on the defense. As it's moved up towards the middle to Edson Alvarez. Swung this one towards the left. Towards Johan Vasquez. Middle side. And Mexico's taking their time with this ball. Showing themselves as the possession-heavy team. Towards the right 8-back. And now they'll move it up. Alvarez. 12 minutes deep. Still it's 1-0 Stars and Stripes. Brought back along. Towards the right. It's sent by Alvarez. Over towards the far line. Towards the box. Could be a chance here for Mexico. Centering pass was knocked away by Richards. And there is Vega. A collision here with the Americans is down. This will be brought up by Mexico. And her American gets back up onto his feet. Trying to draw the foul. The officials were not buying it. Up the far side. It'll be Mexico taking their time with this. Restarting to try and find the perfect play. On that right center back side is Montes. Montes towards the middle. Mora finds the far side. And leading the rush back as Mexico. Stopped by Freese on the long shot. From just inside the 18-foot box. Defensively, the U.S. having an answer each and every time as Alvarado trying a long one from the right side of the box. 12th Gold Cup final appearance. They are 9-time champions, most all time. Right behind them is the United States, who have won 7. Either way, one is guaranteed. 17 championships between these two combined. As the Stars and Stripes clear this one through. Up the near side, Mexico will take it up. They'll take their time with this. Towards the middle of the pitch. As they roll it around. Near side is sent. As rolling up with this one is Alexis Vega. Set up from just outside the box. Taking their time is Edson Alvarez. Towards the far side. Alvarado wanted to set up. 1-on-1, now 1-on-2. Towards the middle. Freese grabs it out of midair. He wants to go quickly towards the middle to Alexis Vega. The Stars and Stripes have an answer each and every time. Ream. Wanting to lead the rush back. Mexico. Wanting to push. They've been pushing throughout this game. The United States. But the concerns if they're going to run out of gas soon enough. But so far, that hasn't been the case. Up the far side along the lines. And here are the Stars and Stripes. Leading the rush back as this was Max Arfston. Middle side. Rolling. Continue to roll as there's a foul. Of Luca de la Torre. Last handway, a whistle afterwards. And the United States fighting in a groove. De la Torre. So the Americans will keep a hold. A third of the way through here. In this first half, the Americans lead 1-0. Thanks to Chris Richards and Sebastian Berhalter. Setting each other up for that first goal. Mexico wanting to blitz. Here is Diego Luna. The pass is intercepted. But the Americans keep a bump. And it'll be De La Torre who gets away from Alvarado. He gets blitzed out that far side. Towards the middle is Luna. Luna rolls it around. Mexico. Good tackle as Edson Alvarez takes it away. And LT will get this one back all the way. Ahead of Malagón. Towards the near side. Vasquez. Blitzed by Malik Tillman. And it'll be taken away. Both teams are wrestling for this loose ball. Still up for grabs at the near line. Taken up by Tillman. Tillman still blitzed. He is tackled. The Americans are going to take this one up. Mauricio Pochettino is complaining why there is no foul on the play as Luna gets felt along that far side. Vasquez is knocked away. It's going to be a U.S. throw. Mexico's asking why there is no throw for them as they thought it was last touched by the Americans. So Angel Malagón still holding strong here. So Matt Freese has stopped both shots that he's been tested with. Near side Tillman. The pass is too far. It'll be sent back all the way for Malagón. Malagón will go towards his near side. Middle. Mexico will restart from their own zone as they'll move it up right to left. Alvarez drops it off. Over to Cesar Montes. Montes in on Tillman. Towards the near side as there have been exchanges here on routes. Malagón will play this one towards Vasquez. The left center back. Each team has a shot on goal. And each team has a shot attempt. Mexico 4 fouls. The Americans 3. Mexico's had possession for 61%. They're a possession heavy team. Towards the near side. Jimenez. Jimenez forced outside and wide by De La Torre. And inside the box, here come the Mexicans. Right up. Freese grabs it down. Freese will lead the way on the rush back. Mexico keeps it alive. Towards the middle and then back. Gallardo. Gallardo towards the middle. Inside now as this is dumped off towards the left. Where it's Marcelo Ruiz. Settled back down. It is Vega. Vega tackled up. And the Americans get it clear off a Mexico deflection. Mexico feeling out the pressure. It'll be them keeping it as Ruiz will stay a hold of it. It's a good mix of fans here between the Americans and the Mexicans here. As it'll be Mexico moving it up. FIFA rankings, USA 16, Mexico 17 is where they both stand. At the far side will be Jimenez. Will lead the way. Alvarado threatening the inside the box again. Will bring this one back as Mexico will set up towards the middle as they will bring this one back. Alvarez. Alvarado again. Still looking for the chance. No openings towards the middle of the box. And Mexico still surveying. As is Alvarez. Alvarez will go to Ruiz. Ruiz to Gallardo. Gallardo waits of a hold of it. Back over to Ruiz. Ruiz towards the middle. Headed away by Richards. The Stars and Stripes trying to play this one out and can't. It'll be Mexico to inbound again. Sebastian Berhalter going to control it. And Tillman forced it out. Did he last touch it though? They'll say he did. It'll be Gallardo with a throw-in on the inbound pass. From the near side. No corners to speak of for either side yet. Sent up towards the near side. And it could be a chance. And was there a trip in the 18-foot box? It's the question. The official is going to look at it, but Johan Vasquez was... It turns out he was a little flick, but he might have lost his footing as he was moving in on Alex Freeman. But blew a tire. So this will be our first corner. And speak of 4 set-piece goals this tournament for Mexico. All of them have been on corner kicks. The United States scored on a set-piece from set up by Berhalter. Which was headed inside by Richards. Just barely past the goal line. We're 20 minutes deep. It'll be sent inside by Mexico. And this is cleared away by the Stars and Stripes for the moment. This one's blocked. Mexico will keep it. Thrown in from the far side on this next sequence. Richards the only goal. And Mexico look to answer back and square it up at 1. Along the midfield side. Back towards Johan Vasquez. Vasquez takes it across the midfield line. Jesus Gallardo will set this one up. Pass is intercepted by Ream. Uncontested. Mexico will take it back though. Edson Alvarez, the captain. Alvarez through the far side. They're taking their time here. They'll sell this one back. No panic in Mexico, despite that being down 1-0. As Vasquez will drop it. Cesar Montes waiting some time out. The right center back position. Lee passes too far. And it'll be a goal kick for Matt Freese. Possession has not been an issue for Mexico. So far, this Stars and Stripes defense has prevailed here for this match. It's how they're up 1-0, and they're holding their own defensively. But how long will their energy go as far as the Americans are concerned? Up for the middle as Mexico will take this one back. Tyler Adams intercepting the keep-in. On the near side, as it'll be the Americans. Controlling with Sebastian Berhalter. Malik Tillman knocked away, and Mexico will take this one back. Gallardo gives it away. Up the near side, it'll be taken up. Centering pass is knocked away by Mexico. They'll settle it back down on the left center back side. Trying to get out their own zone. They need to get out there quickly, which they will. Towards the midfield. Settled down by Mexico as they'll move it back up. The Americans taking this one up with Richards. Richards. Settled down by Mexico again. They'll move it up for the far side. And a trip on Sanchez. Mexico will get a free kick. Do you remember about Johan Vasquez? Jorge Sanchez being part of the starting 11. So Mexico will set up. Moving up and about. On the right side, this gets moved up. And then back over towards the left side. Waiting some time out as is Vasquez. Ruiz. Nice touch feed. Over towards Jesus Gallardo. Gallardo's centering pass was knocked away. It'll be the second quarter of the game for Mexico as Alex Freeman got in the way nicely right on Gallardo. Can Mexico convert this time around on their corner kick? They have 4 set-piece goals in this tournament, all of them on corner kicks. Alexis Vega takes it short, right on Roberto Alvarado. Gilberto Mora gets it deep, and Freese gets the stop. Second save of this game for Matt Freese, who's been excellent. Feeling the pressure from Edson Alvarez. And Freese had to hurry up. Feeling the pressure from Alvarez. We are 24 minutes deep here. As this is a long pass up ahead. Played away. And it'll be gone back to. And played out by Mexico. Starts to prevent a corner. Good recovery by Jorge Sanchez. Gilberto Mora, the sharp 16-year-old. Being sharp on the attack. Freeze of a good recovery to get from right to left. He's been stepping up for the struggling Matt Turner. Mora could be the face of Mexican football in the future. Just 16 years old. The sky's the limit for him. Towards the box as Mexico keeps it out. The Stars and Stripes getting a hold of it, but Mexico gets the clear. All the way towards midfield where Mexico takes it up. And Jimenez will pull this one down. Towards the near side, Gallardo. Number 23 in black and gold. Towards the middle, Alvarez. Edson Alvarez towards the far side. Moved up on the right wing. Pulled back. And then it is Ruiz. Ruiz gets this one up. The Stars and Stripes clear. But they'll go all the way towards midfield to restart. Montes to Vasquez. Johan Vasquez will pull it up towards the near side. Beating out. It's a centering feed. It's knocked away. Pulled back by Alvarez. Alvarez will look. Alvarez towards that far side. Edson Alvarez waits as he is up ahead of Aguirre. Roberto Alvarado to Edson Alvarez as they go back on the connection along that far line. Diego Luna. Alvarado continues to look. Two defenders pulled onto him. Just outside the 18-foot box, continuing to survey. They send this one back over the midfield of Montes to Vasquez. Now Gallardo again. Gallardo centers it up. Just outside the box. Inside the chance. Score! Jimenez roofs this one to the penthouse. And we are tied. Nice give and go feed from Jesus Gallardo to set up the cutting Marcelo Ruiz. Question is, if Jimenez was onside and Jimenez roofs this one, he was just onside, just gets by, and yes, he kept his footing through and roofs this one towards the top left corner. Javier Aguirre loving that. Level at 1 here at Houston between the Americans and LT. They try to win this ball up. So Jimenez with the roof shot here. And against his former teammates. They take that. Having a video game celebration. Minute number 27 is the official time of the goal. 43 goals and 119 international appearances. His 10th in his Gold Cup career. So it's the 6th man ever to reach double digits in the Gold Cup play. As the Americans want to activate up. This place is loud. And this will be Malagon who jump out towards the ball to prevent a breakthrough chance for the Stars and Stripes. LT move back right to left with Vasquez, and now breaking free. It is Ruiz. Oh, a car crash as this is cleared out towards the near line. And now what is the ruling from our officials? Is this going to be challenged by Mexico? Mario Escobar is our referee for tonight's game. It'll be Mexico holding this one towards the middle. Alvarez pulling this one up towards the right. This was tackled down by the Stars and Stripes. Played out towards the midfield. And another tackle. No whistle. Escobar is not blowing the whistle here for that tackle. No foul called against Mexico as here's a twisted twirl just outside the box. A give and go towards that right side. They're being forced back. It is Vasquez on the control for the left center back side. Gallardo, he set up the goal for Jimenez before. Can he set up another goal here? Vasquez, Del Montes, still patrolling around midfield. Alvarez waits, and they're still waiting some time out. The crowd is deafening here. Montes, he'll move it up to the far line as it's set all the way back for Mexico. The Americans not giving up any room here. Right after that Jimenez goal. Alvarez leading the way back. Alvarez to Gallardo. Gallardo 30 minutes deep in this game. Richards start the scoring. Jimenez at the answer. On the way back for the far side as Mexico wanting to catch USA flat-footed. Towards the right side. Alvarado 1-on-1. Volleyed up towards Mora. Then brought back towards the box. Sanchez directed this one through traffic. The Stars and Stripes. As we played out. And will this be another corner here for Mexico? Is it going to be just a standard goal kick? A nice play to set up Jimenez. Jimenez just onside. Kept his footing through all the way. A tic-tac-toe play from Gallardo to Marcelo Ruiz. And Mexico, of course, celebrating that. And tribute to the late Diogo Jota. And a foul here. A rough tackle right on Edson Alvarez from one of the Americans. And Aguirre is having a discussion with Mario Escobar about that last foul. Was excessive contact that was ruled on that foul. So Mexico will keep possession. Mexico's control possession time for 66% of this game. 3 shots, 2 of them have been on goal. And one of them beat Matt Freese. Freese has been excellent in place of the struggling Matt Turner. Up around the far sides, Mexico will look again to find a go-ahead goal. They've been playing perfectly possession-wise, and they played a complete game throughout. Ball deflected away by the Americans to be settled down by Mexico from their own zone. Clearing this one down. And the USA did have some possession, albeit just briefly, but Mexico has had a lot to answer back as Alvarez will move towards the middle on the cutback. There's a trip. No whistle here on the entry feed. The Americans turn that one away, but it's quickly grabbed up by Marcelo Ruiz. Towards the middle. Vega. Towards the middle. On the right side, Alvarado. As it's set up. Towards the box on the pass. Kept away from Ruiz. Here's Gallardo. Entry feed towards the box. Waiting some time out. Brought back over to Vega. Vega centering feed. Knocked away by Ream. As there was nobody there towards the middle of the box. Grabbed quickly by Alvarez. Alvarez will go back over to Montes. And now it is Vasquez. Johan Vasquez setting up for Jesus Gallardo again. Gallardo will bring this one back towards the middle. Ruiz waiting some time out. Gallardo. Moving towards the middle. Gallardo bringing this back over to Ruiz. Quickly setting things up. As is Vega. One more time back over to Alvarez. Far side Alvarado as he's moving in 1-on-1. Up against Freeman. Alvarado with a double move. And this is kept away by the Stars and Stripes. And a header there. Kept that one all the way out. Angel Malagon. I'll play this one up out of his net. He'll quickly get back inside his own net. Johan Vasquez to Jesus Gallardo. Gallardo waiting some time out. He'll go back over to Vasquez. Vasquez will reverse directions over to Montes as Mexico try to enter back the other way. Alvarez, the captain, will leave behind over to Montes. Does Mexico go back to Gallardo? Not right now. Montes and Vasquez playing some catch. Aguirre saying, enough is enough. Let's pick up the pace already. Gallardo. Mexico trying to push the pace again. Off the drop pass over to Jimenez. We had that tribute to Diogo Jota before. Alvarez to the far side. Jorge Sanchez. Back over to Edson Alvarez. Waiting some more time out. Vasquez again. Vasquez. Gallardo. Again. Centering it up as this takes several bounces. Mexico keeping. Up the middle. Centering pass. Was knocked away once, twice. Long kick and Freese. Stopped it. Off the long shot from Roberto Alvarado. It felt like the U.S. just wants the ball back. Airplay exhausted defensively. And Freese has been doing everything to keep the Americans afloat. Far side, this is moved up for the Stars and Stripes. Towards the middle. And Mexico doing excellent job defensively getting this one back. And they will get it back. Alvarez A whistle here for a foul. A little bit of excessive play. A lot of possession here for El Tri. As this will be moved up and about by the Mexicans. Montes up front. Alvarez will move it back towards Ruiz, who just kept this one inside. Montes. The priority for Javier Aguirre is to have his guys ready for the World Cup next year. For the preparation. Gallardo. The passing lane closed off at the near side. He'll go back over to Vasquez. Vasquez to Montes as he's waiting. Moving up towards the far side. Bounced away by the Americans as this will go inbounds. Just kept inbounds by the Americans, but they will not have control of the ball. Alvarez dropping this one off on that far side. Moved on back. This game tied at 1 apiece. Richards answered by Jimenez. That's our goal scoring here. Near side, it'll be Gallardo. Gallardo knocked away by Freeman. And Mexico trying to keep it, but the Americans will take this one back here on the counter. Moving back up the near side is Malik Tillman. Tillman cutting towards the middle. He is forced out. Tillman has no lane to fire at, so he'll decide to go to Tyler Adams. On the near side now. This will be moved back over to Freeman. Freeman sells it back over to Chris Richards. A lot of possession time by Mexico. You would think that the United States will finally get some possession time. Here they are with the ball. Richards slowing it down towards the middle. Adams will sell back over to Ream. Ream waits and will go to Adams again. Adams. Mexico trying to push the pace. And the Americans trying to take advantage of Mexico trying to jump the gun. On the middle. Volleying towards the middle as this is sent back towards Ream. The Americans playing more defense than offense after the Tillman chance, which Mexico walked up to perfection. Richards, the only goal scorer for the Stars and Stripes. Middle side, as the Stars and Stripes are taking their sweet time with this. Playing this right onto Mexico's game, as Adams will look shadowed by Mora. Ream. They're rotating Alex Freeman around that near side more often than not. As to be dropped off. And Freeman who sent it back over to Sebastian Berhalter. Berhalter moves it back over to Ream. Ream towards the far side. And we moved up by Adams who's playing that left wing back. Richards 4 minutes in. Jimenez 27 minutes in. Those are our goal scorers here. It's Richards. Tillman mishandles it for a moment. And we moved up by Berhalter. Mexico keeps it out of the way, and they clear it out. So the U.S. playing some of Mexico's game, in which they are playing the possession game. Trying to find a perfect chance. But more often than not, they can't do so. And the United States just keep this one inside with Tillman. Alvarez gets it away, and Mexico, they get it out again. It'll be Mexico's throw, though, because it was last touched by the Stars and Stripes. Up that near side, it's to be sent in by Gallardo. Gallardo, who's been a mainstay on the Mexican national team as their left back. Towards the middle, it's just moved up quickly towards that far side for Alvarado. Roberto Alvarado to Gilberto Mora. Mora, long shot, save, freeze! And confidence by Mora, who is just increasing over the time. This phenom, just his third appearance in a knockout round for Mora, and already he is thriving under the bright lights. And Freese is thriving, and Freese is thriving here, subbing in for Matt Turner. And this is the third quarter of the game, all of them by Mexico. And it's worth the 40-minute mark. This time it's the corner from the far side. To the inside, this is too far for Mexico, but this will be played right off of Freeman. So another corner here. So smartly played by Alvarado to force another corner. Alvarado firing off of Freeman to force the second consecutive corner in the sequence. Roberto Alvarado and Gilberto Mora setting up to take this corner for El Tri. How will this go? Alvarado will move this one up. Headed out by Richards. And chasing after the ball is Alexis Vega to keep this one inside. Vega centers one up just right below the goal line. It actually deflected right off of Richards and make it 5 straight corners for Mexico, 3rd straight in this sequence. Mora tried a long shot. Freese knocked it away off his head. Could not glove it down. This time it'll be sent in from the far side. Berhalter. Height advantage going to those Mexican defenders. This one knocked away by the Stars and Stripes. Collected up by Mora. Mora over to Sanchez. Sanchez centering this one up right outside the box. Here's a long shot way over the net. Raul Jimenez, the only goal. Marcelo Ruiz trying a long shot. And the twist and turn off of Jimenez with a left-footed shot right over towards the top left corner. Perfect placement. And a terrific finish for Mexico. The Stars and Stripes plays one out over midfield, but they're feeling to bring the pressure. 5 shots on goal for Mexico, as opposed to just 1 for the Stars and Stripes. And the only shot that the Americans had made it past Angel Malagon. Alex Freeman to inbound it in. And a whistle here. And another foul as Mario Escobar signaled for a foul against Johan Vasquez as he tangled up Patrick Aguirre. So this will be the sequence here for the Stars and Stripes as Adam sends it back. It's been mostly Mexico as they've dominated the pace of play here throughout this Gold Cup final. Their sides will be right off at the leg of one of the Mexicans, only for the Americans to take it away. Their side now, Adams breaking free. And here, oh, is there a foul here? Yes, there is. And they're going to call a yellow card here as there was a trip on the near side. Free kick for the Stars and Stripes. Cesar Montes, the only one back defending, as he tripped up Patrick Aguirre. And that was a bad foul to give up. And defending is a rough play as he kicked it away, but Mexico protesting the call because they thought there was no contact from Montes. And it'll be a free kick from the Americans. Montes assessed a yellow card. So that's his first. A second one and he's gone. And do remember, when assessed a red card, you cannot replace that player. You're down to 10 players for the rest of this game. There'll be a set piece for the American second free kick that they'll have. Will this result in similar results as with the Richards goal? That bounced off the crossbar and in. Berhalter to take it. And will this be another shooting opportunity that the Stars and Stripes can convert on? Despite being outpossessed for this game all throughout, Berhalter to take his time with it. Alexis Vega. So Mexico's defense trying to push the defenders a little bit higher here on this free kick sequence. Berhalter. This one kept away. Race for the ball will be grabbed by the Stars and Stripes as Edson Alvarez getting onto the far side. Stoppage time beginning in just a moment. Keeping this one up throughout. Berhalter leaned away. And this will be settled down up throughout. Ball is going to bounce! Oh! So it just kept out up the near side. And the Americans will reset this one up towards the near side. Aguirre. He's bit on the near side. Freeman. He's crossed off. The ball is still free. Centered up. Knocked away by Mexico as it played. The shot goes up and over. Right off target from Diego Luna. It was 2 minutes of stoppage time. Oh my goodness. A heart attack moment for Mexico as they just survived. Luna given next to no room to maneuver as this was just kept away by Malagon. Right out to beat Alex Freeman as he wanted to header this one side. And Malagon was actually hit by Freeman at the box. Going towards the back of the net. A nightmare averted. And Malagon will kick this one off. The Americans with a lot of energy in these later minutes of this first half. And it will be the Americans who will move it up from the far side. Already the dramatics all the way to 1,000 here. Near side, the Stars and Stripes will try to get one before the half ends. Not now, it's the Mexicans who kick this one all the way towards the Americans' end. And so, I can't believe that Freeman didn't score there. This was the most chaotic sequence of this half as Freeman tried to header this one past Malagon. Malagon just kept it out. What a sequence. And now, this will end the first half. After one, it is USA 1, Mexico 1. All the dramatics, all the theatrics. Up here, we are 45 minutes down here in the CONCACAF Gold Cup Final. 45 minutes to go. But not before we have the halftime report in just a moment. I'm Alec Nava. Stay tuned, everyone. Sebastian Berhalter assisted Chris Richards in a set-piece goal against Saudi Arabia, and he's done it again with Richards in the Gold Cup final against Mexico. It is 1-1 after one half of play. I am Alec Nava. To give you the recap, in the 4th minute, it is Richards from Berhalter. In the 4 minutes of action in the Gold Cup final. The cross following a set-piece situation, a header for the center of the box in the bottom right corner that just bounced off the goal at the crossbar and in. At the 27th minute, Raul Jimenez, a left-footed shot for the center of the box, top left corner. Marcelo Ruiz with the assist on the through ball that was set up by Jesus Gallardo. The only yellow card being on Cesar Montes. And everything was full chaos at the stoppage time with Alex Freeman. The center of the box stopped at the top of the center by Angel Malagon. So Sebastian Berhalter leading the way. So the U.S. starting to get under some pressure. So Luis Malagon. Oh, yes, Luis Malagon. Of course, brain fart. So Malagon. The hell? So I apologize for all the statements. So Luis Malagon with key save after key save throughout. As we remember, Diogo Jota and what was and the tributes that have been felt throughout. This loss is bigger than football. So remember, both him and his younger brother Andres Silva were killed in a car accident in northwestern Spain. It's been shared by those associated with Liverpool and the wider world. This tragedy brings to mind a number of Klopp's as to assessments, uttered at the height of the COVID pandemic. The loss puts the triviality of the sport in perspective, and all the emotions reading the news serving as a supposed reminder of the unique power as a unifier. Along the hundreds of heartfelt tributes led by Liverpool fans outside Anfield, marks the respect from fans of Manchester United and Everton. Supporters of the Reds' two fiercest domestic rivals taking the time to honor Jota's passing is reflective of football's ability transcending the sport itself. For those connected with Liverpool and Jota's previous club, Wolverhampton Wanderers, it's even more enduring. The Portugal international represents both clubs with distinction, wrote his name both into the history books and into the hearts of two passionate fan bases. Became a cult hero after joining in Wolves from Atletico Madrid in 2017. 44 goals in 131 games, and Molineux and was an integral part of the team that clinched promotion for the Championship and the 2018 season. In their first year back in the Premier League, he had 3 goals and a 4-3 win over Leicester City, becoming just the second Portuguese player after Cristiano Ronaldo scoring a hat-trick in the English top flight club. In March 2019, he netted the winning goal against Manchester United, helped Wolves reach their first semi-final FA Cup in nearly 2 decades. Despite his present body of work at Molineux, still be something of an unfinished project when he joined Liverpool in September 2020. The 45 million euro transfer fee initially attracted some controversy in sports in some quarters, but he proved the doubters wrong. Scored 7 goals his first 10 appearances, matching the record set by the legendary Robbie Fowler. He became an indispensable part of Europe's most formidable attacks, and while several injuries limited his game at Anfield, he still made a legacy as a key player in a golden era for the club. Through his 5 seasons, Jota scored 65 goals and won 82 appearances, winning 4 major honors, 2 League Cups, an FA Cup, and notably, last year's Premier League title. He had a knack for delivering on big occasions. His brace against Arsenal in the Carabao Cup semi-finals on Liverpool's road to the trophy in 2022, scoring the first goal of the Arne Slot era and a 2-0 win over Ipswich Town in August. His last goal for Liverpool, his clinical finish at the top of the cup in April, helped his Slots side claim a previous win over Everton in the Merseyside Derby. Horta also had a successful international career in Portugal, as part of the squad that last month won the UEFA Nations League. 14 goals in 29 appearances for his country, and though he perhaps lacked the star quality of some of his more well-known teammates, he was a highly valued and well-liked member of the team. Cristiano Ronaldo is among the first to pay tribute. It just doesn't make any sense, he said. And it still doesn't make any sense to this day. Sporting world continues to mourn him, along with him. Those who knew him best are grieving Horta, the husband, the son, and the father. Less than 2 weeks ago, he just married his childhood sweetheart and the mother of his 3 children, Ruth Cardoso, at a ceremony in Porto. In an Instagram post marking the occasion last week, he shared photos of their young family alongside the caption, Para sempre, yes to forever. During his time with Liverpool, it was afforded the ultimate honor of the terrace chant to the tune of Bad Moon Rising by Creedence Clearwater Revival. It could regularly be heard ringing out at Anfield and away ends across Europe, and supporters showed their appreciation, someone that quickly come to adore. In the song, Horta is described in one line, a lad from Portugal. Shows a reminder, the ordinary man behind the talent. For what he gave, for all the millions among millions of fans in the world, he will be remembered forever. Not only Liverpool and not only in Portugal, but around the world of football. As the second half is next, we will remember the impact that he made on the pitch. This is the 12th appearance of Mexico in the Gold Cup final. They're 9-2 in their previous 11 appearances. The United States making their 13th appearance, looking to make it lucky number 13 and improve to 8-5, as they have won 7 of their previous 12 appearances, last winning in 2021. Every time, it's either Mexico or the United States winning the Gold Cup in CONCACAF, except once. The only other time in which neither of these two times won was the year 2000, as it was won by Canada in their only appearance in the Gold Cup final. Panama has appeared in the Gold Cup final 3 times, Brazil twice, Jamaica twice, Colombia once, Costa Rica once, Honduras once. So as we go on to the second half, as everyone is getting back onto the pitch, I am Alec Nava, looking over the first half stats. 5-2 shots on goal in favor of Mexico. Shot attempts are 7-3 Mexico. Fouls are 6 apiece. Yellow cards, Mexico is the only one. Corner kicks, all 5 to Mexico. Matt Freese with 4 saves. Luis Malagon with 1. I apologize for not getting his name right at the first place. So it's Luis Malagon, 1-1 after 45 minutes plus 2 of stoppage time. So we are all getting back onto the pitch. Mauricio Pochettino has been comfortable with his starting 11 that he's used up all throughout this tournament. So Mexico will go from left to right this time. The United States from right to left. Mexico in the black uniforms. The Americans in the white uniforms. And the second half is underway here in Houston. And it will be Vasquez who will lead it up. Towards the near side will be settled down. Last touch by the Americans as it goes out. So it'll be thrown in from the near side by Jorge Sanchez. Sanchez continuing to look here at NRG Stadium, famous for rodeos and Texans games. Sanchez gets it into Alvarado. Sanchez getting it back. Nobody there on the opening. The Americans coming out with a burst of energy right after that hot finish to end off that first half. The pass, a little too far, but it goes towards the near side where it's chased down by Luca de la Torre. It's moved up. Luna, too far out of reach, and it hits the sign. It'll be a goal kick for Luis Malagon. I apologize to him for calling him Angel all throughout that first half, but at the end of that first half, he was like an angel. He saved the day for Mexico. Prevented them from going down by 1 goal to end off the half. Shut off Alex Freeman. Alexis Vega and company wanting to go up by 1. The skull chant being initiated over at the Mexico side of the crease. Over that far side. It'll be Cesar Montes who has Johan Vasquez. Montes has the only yellow card of this game. Far side as we moved up and then back. The Americans pressuring. Just got it off over to Sanchez. Jorge Sanchez over towards the midfield. Brought back by Tyler Adams. But immediately turns it over to Ruiz. Jesus Gallardo waiting. He'll move it up and then back. Back over to Gallardo who breaks free. Gallardo centers it up. Richards in the way. Kept inside by El Tri. Volley over. It'll be set back out. Sanchez sells this one down. Sanchez wanting to look towards the near side does to Alvarado. Diego Luna's all over him. Alvarado centers this one up. All the way across. Back all the way. Here's Mexico. Gallardo keep this one. Vega. Ruiz waiting some time out as he is felt over by Malik Tillman. Edson Alvarez. Mexico has scored 7 second half goals in this tournament, which is the most in CONCACAF Gold Cup play this year. They are clutching these situations and they want to do it again. Their size is moved up. Whereas Alvarado breaking free on that outside box. And this is headed up front. It's one right up and over. Freese shuts the door as there was a bump right on Alex Freeman as he contested that one with Raul Jimenez trying to go for a second goal of this game. Alexis Vega also taking this one up on the through ball on the near side. This one beat up and just wide. Mexico back with this. They controlled the pace of possession throughout this game. The Americans had a 46% possession rate for the second half of their semifinal win, which could signal that fatigue could be a factor given that Mauricio Pochettino likes to go with the same guys over and over throughout. Gallardo waits up the far side before he sends it back. Gallardo getting the return feedback. Gallardo! Oh, that's blocked off nicely by Richards. Will this be another corner though? Richards, the only goal for the Americans in this game, but he's played amazingly throughout defensively. As Gallardo got it over past Freeman, Richards recognizes that this was going to be a centering feed over towards the box, and it's the sixth quarter of the game for Mexico before the United States even has one. This is knocked down, and this will run out right off of what the Mexicans. Freese will send this one from his goal line. Fans here evenly divided between Americans and Mexicans, as NRG Stadium is packed for tonight's match. Chris Richards will move it up for the far side. They take it up by Freeman. Alvarez does a good job keeping this one for the Mexicans in the zone. Alvarado, oh, a slip! And yeah, it's Gilberto Mora who slipped up. Untimely timing for Mora to slip up because that would have been a great chance for him. Moving back, it is Richards. Chris Richards waiting his timeout as he is looking towards the left and he finds Ream, the captain. Freeman waits and he'll move it up. Malik Tillman. Tillman moving up with this ball. Mexico does a good job cutting that one off and moving back is Alvarado. Roberto Alvarado. For that near side with the reach. Alvarado blowing this one up. Oh, it's wide. Just wide the goal. Just barely missed that one by mere centimeters as he was cruising up through that far side, or rather the near side now, as Tim Ream was right on his path. He was looking far side on this shot, and he wanted to curve this one up to an area which Freese could not reach. That he did. Freese couldn't reach it, but it missed him. Bad kick up the near side, but is handled down by Luca de la Torre. But it's quickly grabbed up by Mexico as they continue to pressure the Stars and Stripes here. El Tri looking for the go-ahead goal. Tic-tac-toe as this is Alvarado looking to make up for that last miss. Jorge Sanchez. Back over to Alvarado. And this is a cutaway, but Mexico quickly gets it back. Over towards Gilberto Mora as he looks across the pitch to Gallardo. Gallardo up against Alex Freeman. Gallardo, Freeman in the way. This will be allowed for Berhalter to get this one all the way down. A grab by Mexico again, as it's a header to keep it inside the zone. Sanchez. Alvarado one more time. Sanchez on the bring back. As Diego Luna was about to blitz up to try to take it away. Alvarado rushing back towards this pass towards him. He'll bring it back over to Sanchez. And once again, Montes to Vasquez. Johan Vasquez. The pitch is getting more condensed here as time goes on, it seems. Tyler Adams pressuring onwards. Mexico playing keep away, which are doing a good job. This ball actually rolled out of bounds. US still trying to press here throughout, as it was Malik Tillman who tried to spin around through Ruiz, Marcelo Ruiz. They're intent on stepping up throughout as the Americans wanted to be poised for the go-ahead goal as much as the Mexicans are. Tillman holding on to this one, keeping this one inside. Mexico pressuring the Americans on all fronts. On the far side, this will be the Stars and Stripes as Marcelo Ruiz all over the Stars and Stripes in Mexico does get it out. No, it's still in play. With the Americans setting things up. Tic-tac-toe they go about. De La Torre towards to the near side. And here it is. Towards the outside the box. Up the high. And over the crossbar. The best chance the Americans had outside the opening goal, as this was a deep kick from Arfsten. A good job by Arfsten to get this one right over. And he just fired it right over the crossbar. Didn't miss by much. Both teams each had their near miss. Arfsten, right after Alvarado. Pochettino, liking this one. Far side, the Mexicans moving this one up. Through ball. Richards in the way. Tyler Adams gets this one away from LT. And a whistle here for a foul. And a little bit of extracurriculars. Malik Tillman was grabbed by Marcelo Ruiz as they were both fighting for the loose balls. Tillman trying to get onto this ball. It's a hold right by Ruiz right after a bear hug, and Tillman took exception to that. You can't do that. It's Tim Ream. He'll wait. He'll bring this one back over to Richards. Mexico trying to press. Trying to get the steal here. Up the far side, they'll set this one down. Gallardo gets this one away from the Stars and Stripes. It'll be 5-4. Alvarado trying to get the ball back, which he does. And this will be cleared. Up away at the near side. This will be Chris Richards defending. Through that near side. Richards. Freese get the ball back. Gilberto Mora in pursuit. And all the way down to be settled by LT. LT Color, the full name of the nickname for the Mexican national team. Alexis Vega. Getting this back from Mora. All the way over towards midfield. Towards the near side, it'll be Alvarado. He will look. Alvarado moving towards the inside. Shake and bake for the outside the box. Two defenders draw to him. He'll sell this one back. Looking for help. He gets it. Right around is Vega. Vega gets right by. Vega. And looking to cross away. And this one deflected right off the post. Off of Tim Ream. For another corner. The 7th of the game. For Mexico before the Americans even have a corner. So good work by this LT to keep this ball alive with Alexis Vega. With several shakes and bakes. This time they'll set it up from the outside. Gilberto Mora will look. The Americans force him towards the outside as Adams blocks the shot. Brought back out all the way towards Jorge Sanchez. Will look across the pitch. It'll be Ruiz. Marcelo Ruiz. Through ball to Vega. Vega controls it. Has nobody there. Freeze to save. The ball is loose. He picks it up. Luna turning around and trying to recognize the play. Freeze had no idea if he had that ball at first, but it fell onto his lap. Right after that tight shot from Vega as he tried to go top shelf from a bad angle. 57 minutes into the game, we're still tied at 1 with Chris Richards in control. Richards will look over to Ream. Ream waiting some time out. And now Mexico trying to press here, trying to blitz. Safely brings it back over to Richards. Richards with the through ball, easily intercepted by Mexico. Another pass blocked, but it comes back over towards Mexico like Thor's hammer. Up the middle. So Tillman, they have tweaked something here in this meantime. So we're going to keep award this. It'll be Alvarado over towards Sanchez. The pass blocked by Ream, who was defending. Ream trying to get away from Sanchez. And does. But Mexico gets it away. They get this one out. And Tillman is down. He tweaked something on his lower leg. That left leg is the concern here. As he got tangled up. As Arfsten, he got beat out on the pressure. As Vega was trying to aim this one from a sharp angle. And caught Freeze out of position as the concern here now. Malik Tillman. As Mexico inbounding again. So the far side, as it was Gallardo, who gets this one inside. USA 1, Mexico 1 is our current score line as Tillman trying to blitz, still on the pitch, despite whatever injury that he is battling through on his lower legs. Luis Malagon over towards Tillman and chasing that one down as this is played out. Hey, Spidey. So it's a genius camera shot. Whoever made that is putting Spider-Man upside down in the camera shot. Having him upside down. That's genius camera work. So we are 59 minutes deep, entering the 60th minute, as it'll be Edson Alvarez who will look up towards the near side. Jorge Chávez bounced this one outright off of one of the Americans, and Sanchez will move it towards the middle. Pass too far will be Max Arfsten, who plays it away from Jorge Sanchez. He'll look from the near side. Richards on defense. You wonder if Tillman's going to be substituted because of the injury. Sanchez looking. He'll get it to Alvarado, and Sanchez getting it back as he is watched by Luna. Triple teamed on the play. Stars and Stripes moving it up. Oh, a tackle. That is a foul here. And Montes remembered that he had several fouls against him. You remember that yellow card. It was Vasquez. 60 minutes deep into this game. As it will be Tim Ream who will move it towards Max Arfsten. Arfsten give and go. Mexico full on pursuit as Ream spinning out Mora. Ream towards the middle. Guided away as this is Malagon dangerously playing this one out. As the Stars and Stripes are trying to capitalize on what could have been a possible mistake by Malagon. Over the midfield as this is fought for by the Stars and Stripes and LT. Mexico picks this one up as Mora, he gets tripped. He goes flying down. We'll see what Mayo Escobar says. Is this going to be a yellow card or not? Roberto Alvarado. This is an interesting conversation as Alvarado got tripped up by Malik Tillman and swept him off his feet. No yellow card here. It'll be Montes fighting Vasquez on the center back duo. Gallardo, or rather, this is Marcelo Ruiz going towards Gallardo. Gallardo will go back all the way for Vasquez. Vasquez to Montes. He has Sanchez on the near wing. Finds him. He'll go back to Montes. Montes. Vasquez. Still taking his sweet time with this. And they're moving up for the far side. Gallardo from Alvarez as he followed up to himself. All the way back out towards the midfield for Vasquez. Montes again. The Americans trying to blitz. Trying to push the pace here. And stepping into it was De La Torre. And Mexico gave this one away as Ruiz. Moving this down deep and played it out of bounds. Not a good pass there from Mexico. But this is a very tight game which they're devoting all their energy onto this game as it was played out by the Americans. Jorge Sanchez. The turnovers here becoming something that we're going to be watching for throughout this contest. Sanchez gets it in. The Americans quickly getting this one back as Luna. Luna dropping this one back away from Jimenez. And over the middle is Berhalter. Mexico over that to defend it nicely. Mila going all the way back in the net to play this one towards Cesar Montes, who gets us away for the Americans. Intercepted by Tillman. But quickly, a foul here. It's going to be a yellow card here on Tyler Adams. Adams, and I thought that it was going to be a foul against Mexico, but Adams gets a foul against him as Adams is running full head of steam right on Edson Alvarez and charged right onto his kneecaps. And Adams trying to contest that, but there is no play there. So Adams gets the second yellow card of this game. So this is going to be another one of those cases in which discipline needs to be a factor, especially because these are two historical rivals in CONCACAF play. United States and Mexico tied at 1. Chris Richards, minute number 4. Raul Jimenez, minute number 27. Big through ball here. This is Jimenez. He'll grab this one up at the far corner. Alex Freeman defending this one nicely. So Mexico playing this one nicely here throughout this contest. 8th quarter of this game. And it's all the quarters from Mexico. On the far side. And the United States having to play defense more than offense, but they have shown bursts of offense here throughout this match. Here's the header towards the inside, played out by the Stars and Stripes. Corner number 9 for El Tri. And it's Chris Richards. Who else to knock that one away? He's been the Americans' best player of this game. 9 quarters for Mexico. The Americans have yet to even record a corner, even though they scored on a set piece. Mario Escobar delaying play here for this moment. Just to get everyone set up. Sebastian Berhalter getting bear hugged by Raul Jimenez. 2 Mexicans bear hugging him. You look at the size of his mismatch. Look like a wrestling match between 2 taller players. This one well wide. Nowhere even close to being on net. Was looking for a centering feed towards the box. Mexico trying to take advantage of it. Minute number 66. If there's no goal here for the rest of regular time, then we will go on to extra time for 30 minutes. With 2 15-minute periods. Matt Freese setting this one up towards the middle as this is spot 4. As Mexico will play this towards themselves and they'll get this deep. On towards the midfield side. Played by the Stars and Stripes towards Luna. Adams. Far side is set up for Tillman. Tillman's tripped. What is it going to be a foul here? And through all the traffic, the Stars and Stripes come away with this. Arfston. Arfston the crossover around Alvarado. Good. Oh my goodness. Sanchez got in the way there, and he stood his ground defensively. And the Stars and Stripes can't hold. Then the play will be under review. And back come the Stars and Stripes. Gilberto Mora over the ball, though. El Tri will look to get this one up. The Stars and Stripes are playing a much better second half as opposed to this. Here's the first half. And all the way down towards the near side is settled by Marcelo Ruiz. We'll move it up to Alvarado. The Americans getting back defensively. Alexis Vega. Vega, near side, crossover. Vega towards the opposite side. And it was headed up and out by Alex Freeman. And we're at 10 Mexico corners before the Americans even record a corner. And it almost looked like a handball by the Americans. Mauricio Pochettino arguing that there should have been a handball call in the 18-foot box. Which could have led to a penalty kick for the Americans, and Pochettino is still upset. Tied at 1. So it's not a handball that would have been a penalty, even though it was clearly a handball. On the corner, and it's cleared by Richards. He's been everywhere on the pitch for the Stars and Stripes. This case no different. Far side will be controlled by El Tri as he move it back. 1-on-1 as they enter through inside the 18-foot box. Richards there to clear it away as there's nobody to grab this one up. And it'll be thrown in by Gallardo. Still all 5 substitutions here as this volleyed up. Moved up by Vega. Right over as Tyler Adams got it away. And Tillman there to keep it out. Long shot was deflected. And we have our first substitution coming in. Damian Downs who'll be waiting his turn for getting in. It's his 21st birthday. And for him to score a goal would be fitting here tonight. Edson Alvarez, who just fanned on this one, was not deflected out. And it hit one of the officials. So our first substitution, Luca de la Torre, comes up. It'll be Damian Downs coming in. So it'll be interesting because some fresh legs, what the Americans need because of the reputation of Pochettino to play the same starting 11 throughout. So now, at the 69th minute, Downs comes in. So happy birthday, Downs. 21 years old. Finally drink. If the Americans were to come away with the victory, that is if they get the next goal. It'll be moved along by Mora, who will bring this to Alvarado. Montes playing this one over to his center back partner, Vasquez. Johan Vasquez waiting some time out. He'll bring it back over to Cesar Montes. And then back over to Marcelo Ruiz. Jorge Sanchez down the near side. Has Roberto Alvarado over the near side line. Finds him. And it will volley this one up to Gilberto Mora, the teenager. Mora looking for space. Moving around Downs. Towards the left. To be volleyed up across. Back over to Montes. Sanchez trying to get open. Or rather, that's Alvarado. Towards the near side. Alvarado. Just outside the box on this pass. This one knocked away. Just short of the corner by Tim Ream. 70 minutes gone. 20 minutes to go here for stoppage time in the second half as Jorge Sanchez will throw it. Looking just outside as to be moved by Mora. Moving it back over to Alvarado. Alvarado draws two defenders onto him. Now back over to Edson Alvarez, the captain. Alvarado one more time. Finds a cutting Vega. Played out by Richards, or rather that's Adams. And it'll be the 11th corner for Mexico. Adams is upset. And soon enough, you'll think that one of these corners that Mexico is going to get, you'd think that they'd capitalize on one of them. They've had 11 of these corners. So far, they've yet to score one of these set pieces. And inside his header, just wide. Jorge Sanchez with the best chance of a corner for El Tri. As he was fading away off the shot. That's a tough one that just went wide. As the Stars and Stripes are looking to get down on the passing lanes. A bump here and another foul. It'll be a free kick for the Stars and Stripes. So over the halfway line, you'd think that they will be going by and getting some momentum for the Americans. But so far, Mexico is at the advantage for most of this game. The USA trying to get something. 11-4 the shots in favor of Mexico. 5-2 on goal. Also for Mexico. Possession metrics 65% for the Mexicans, 35% for the Americans. And that will continue onwards for possession metrics in favor of Mexico as there's a foul against Malik Tillman. Over the midfield, this will be Mexico who will move this one up from left to right as Raul Jimenez ties his shoes and then gets back on the attack. Mexico looks near side. Scoring summary, Richards, 4th minute. Jimenez, 27th minute. 1-1 is our current score here in Houston, NRG Stadium. On the through ball, breaking free is Alvarado. Alvarado with Ream on him. Alvarado keeps his footing. It's taken up by Adams. Tyler Adams trying to find the lane here on the near side. And Mexico keeps this one in their zone. And the pressure from Downs forces this one out to force the throw in from the Stars and Stripes. And Tillman, who's been battling injury throughout this match. The concern being his left leg, he is helped up by Sebastian Berhalter. Jorge Sanchez with the bump on Damian Downs. And the U.S. wanting to bring the pressure onwards. Here to the near side. Opportunity for the Americans as Arfsten moves around the near side. Arfsten volleyed up once. This one deflected up twice. And Mexico clears this one away. The Stars and Stripes will reset. Ream. Waiting at midfield over to Max Arfsten. Arfsten along the wing. Arfsten taking his time. He'll get this one all the way back for Ream. 75th international appearance for Tim Ream for the Stars and Stripes. Up the middle, this is sent up for Adams. Tyler Adams going towards the near side. Arfsten just kept this one in. Towards the near side, this is breaking free. And this one cleared away on the cross. So now we have our first substitution for Mexico. Checking in is Orbelin Pineda in the place of Gilberto Mora. What a revelation this kid is. The 16-year-old has been shining lights out for Mexico. 5'6", and the sky's the limit here for the Tijuana star. Pineda plays for AK Athens. It's not a corner kick for the Americans. And now, for El Tri, they have a chance to move this one up from left to right. It'll be Luis Malagon trying to deliver the victory here for Mexico here in enemy territory, as one would say. Near side now as Cesar Montes. Montes volleys this one up towards Jimenez. Richards blocks this one aside, but grabbing it down is Mexico with the ball. Back over to Jimenez, and that's cleared out by Richards. What a game Richards is having. And one of the Mexicans is down. Up at the near side. Back it is the first touchdown by Pineda. Pineda. He's going to look. Centering feed is going back towards Pineda. Deflected away by Richards. The second effort also deflected away by Richards. Kept in by Ruiz on for Vega. Vega's tripped. Free kick for Mexico. And Diego Luna was in the receiving end of that foul as he was one-on-one right on Alexis Vega. Getting in by the heel for several crosses. And it's brought down. And Jimenez, Sebastian Berhalter quips him right near that knee area. Dangerous. We'll see if Mexico can convert on this free kick from just outside the 18-foot box. But it's from a sharper angle. Now we have a good scoring opportunity from that side. Though Sebastian Berhalter converted from distance. On the fake, it's direct out the goal score! That flag comes up for offside though. Hold up a minute. So one of the assistant referees threw the flag up for offside as Alvarez, the captain. So we'll have to see where exactly is the offside. It's the second one. He might be onside, but there is also a chance that it might be offside. So we'll have to wait and see here for the moment. It's going to be very interesting. The officials are going to take a look as Alvarez. Javier Aguirre is calling for the VAR review. So they're going to take a look here. We're going to see another look to see if Alvarez was onside or not. Tyler Adams looks onwards. Montes wanting an explanation. Clock is still rolling here as we're at... Alright, we are getting the VAR. It is a goal! Mexico is taking a lead! Edson Alvarez! With 12 minutes to go! ¡Ay, capitán! ¡El capitán! ¡Sí, señor! ¡Sí, señor! the embrace from all Mexico's players as their captain gives them a 2-1 lead. Upon further review, yes indeed, they rule it onside. Oh my goodness, can you believe this? This could be the difference in this final. The man who plays for West Ham United, the name of Tlalnepantla. And the anticipation of where the ball is at. The first flick on the inside as Alvarez got the deflection by. What a good header as he got by for the defense. Down to the wire here in Houston, Texas. And Edson Alvarez has just given Mexico a 2-1 lead. El Tri looking to defend their Gold Cup title, looking to win their 10th all-time in CONCACAF Gold Cup play. There are 2 soccer balls on the pitch. This has not been the first time this has happened. Alvarez's 28th career Gold Cup match, second all-time behind Landon Donovan's 34. The Stars and Stripes must go on the offensive. They have not had the ball for much of this game, but they have no choice here but to have the possession time up their way. Tyler Adams up the far side. You can sense the desperation in the Stars and Stripes' eyes. They're down by 1 now, and they know that they're going up against the team that has the most second half goals of this entire tournament. Adams, he'll look towards the middle. It'll be Malik Tillman. Banged up in this game, but he is playing through the pain. Middle side, Tillman again. 8th meeting all time between these 2 clubs in Gold Cup final play. Raheem to Richards. Richards has been everywhere on the pitch here tonight for the Stars and Stripes. Is Max Arfson, who will lead the way on the near side, centering it up over to Tillman. And Agyabang. Oh, trying to get this one back. Diego Luna. Tyler Adams right outside the box. Trying to bring this one back is Arfson. Adams one more time. Adams looking to set the play up. Trying to find a perfect way, and it's Luna. He'll go back for Adams. 9 minutes to go of regular time before we stoppage time. Arfson on the middle. Now back for Luna. Luna. Mexico forcing them to towards the outside. Intercepted on the pass. And Mexico. And Pineda gets tripped. He wins a free kick as Tyler Adams trips him up. Left him onto the ground. On the look back at the VAR. As Edson Alvarez broke free. Matt Freese argued that this was offside, but Alvarez kept this one inside. And the frustration's evident as Adams subs out in the place of Jack McGlynn, who is the second substitute for the US of A. Mexico taking the sweet time off the clock. They've been the better team possession time. And up the far side. And it'll be Alexis Vega. Vega spins around. Vega sends this one up. The touch pass. And here's a tackle as the Americans take it up. And the Mexico places one out. The Stars and Stripes looking at inbound again. They have no choice but to go on the offensive for the rest of this game. Because precious seconds are winding down. And you know, there's a split between the... Here's a chance here for Mexico for the icebreaker. No, that's why from Sanchez. Freese wants to get the ball. Santiago Jimenez, who scored the winning goal in the last Gold Cup final up against Panama in the 88th minute to clinch Mexico their 9th Gold Cup title. There'll be 2 substitutions for El Tri. Jimenez is one of them, number 11 in black. The other being Cesar Huerta. So Jimenez and Huerta will take the place So Mexico came back to take the lead. Raul Jimenez with the tying goal. And Edson Alvarez, captain clutch. In the brightest moment. And Jimenez with the Diogo Jota tribute. So still waiting are Santiago Jimenez and Cesar Huerta. Richards, the Ream. On standby for the Stars and Stripes is number 11, Brendan Aronson. Near side is Aguimang. Patrick Aguimang. Towards the near side, Aguimang cutting through. Nicely knocked away by El Tri. And they'll play this one out. And now Sanchez plays it out. So Mexico exhausted. They want to get fresh legs on the pitch. As Edson Alvarez with a nice keep away from Aguimang. Brendan Aronson, Santiago Jimenez, Cesar Huerta, the substitutes. And we're also getting John Tolkien, the other substitute for the Stars and Stripes. So this will be substitutes here as they have a massive substitutions here all throughout. It'll be Roberto Alvarado, and a yellow card has been assessed for time wasting, that is. So this number's been put up. So it'll be Jack Tolkien. So Raul Jimenez gets a yellow card for time wasting. Tolkien and Aronson, the substitutes. Huerta and Jimenez. So Raul Jimenez subs out. Santiago Jimenez takes his place. He was the hero of the Gold Cup final 2 years ago. Israel Reyes takes the place of Jorge Sanchez. So Brandon Aronson taking the place of Max Arfston. Been solid here as Tolkien. So Reyes replaces Sanchez. They're all checking the clock here. Have to make sure that this gets added up for stoppage time. Diego Luna subs out. Brandon Aronson replaces him. So all the substitutions trying to get figured out. So at the end of the day, it'll be Aronson out. So Aronson in, Luna out. Alvarado out. And now it's knocked out on the pass. And it'll be blocked away by Mexico, who's been playing excellent defensively. The Americans keep it in. Vasquez playing this one out. They can breathe for the moment. Cesar Huerta replacing Roberto Alvarado. So now Mexico, 3 minutes, 15 seconds away from their 10th Gold Cup championship to extend their record. The United States trying to win their 9th. And over and up and about as this is settled down by Mexico. Time winding down. John Tolkien replacing Max Arfston as this is volleyed up by Richards. The Americans play it out. That's not what they wanted to do. Here in the waiting stage of this game, the United States are out of substitutions. Mexico is down to 1 substitution. El Tri. They all have to hang on for 2.5 more minutes. And even so, substitutions may be a factor here. Mexico plays this one up along the near side. Jimenez there. As the Americans take it up towards the far side. And a whistle. It was chopped down up again. Several whistles here from Mario Escobar. As the Americans, they get tripped up. They're going to move from right to left on the all-white jerseys. And down is one of the Mexican Santiago Jimenez. As he is down. His teammates coming in to help him. Of course, So Mario Escobar saying, calm down here. So everyone. So a lot of action being in here. A lot of dramatics. It's all going to come down to this moment. But the training staff is out there to assist Santiago Jimenez, Edson Alvarez, and Tim Ream, the two captains together. Alvarez, the go-ahead goal. So he splits right by defense past Ream. So the decision in front is to call it onside as Mexico celebrating that go-ahead goal. You can feel that crowd roar throughout the stadium. Edson Alvarez ruled onside, blocking all the noise out. Part of that being a lot of drama as Alvarez. A frustrating night for the Americans, but it's 2-1 Mexico in the waning seconds. Teams of gold. So Mexico has 9 Gold Cup titles. The United States has 7. Canada has 1. It was on their only appearance. And Andrew, who knows how much time of stoppage time we're going to get here to close off this Gold Cup final. But it's 2-1 Mexico. But we're going to continue on here. So we're going to see how much minutes are put onto the clock. Right onto the field is Richards. They'll say 7 minutes of stoppage time. And the whistle here early. So the Americans have 7 minutes to get an equalizer, and Alex Freeman is hurt. What are we going to get? Yeah, Freeman's still down. He was pushed by Jesus Gallardo. The Americans, they need that all-important tying goal to force extra time. Mexico's trying to run down the rest of the clock. Freeman's back up. It's going to be a deep free kick. Sebastian Berhalter and Chris Richards convert on the first try. This time they'll roll this one out slowly. Or at the far side, it'll be McGuinn. Jack McGuinn. Block shot. If that was from deep. They're trying to restart here, which they will. Restarting now. Ream. 1 minute gone here in stoppage time. As Ream on the through ball. He'll be settled down here. Aguirre volleyed up. Oh my goodness, what a chance. Just somehow kept up by Mexico. And they all scramble for this ball as it's cleared out. There is a man down inside the 6-foot box. Oh my goodness. That's the second time in which the Americans missed out on a grade A opportunity. Aguirre, the closest to tie this one up. And this was in the waiting stages, very eerily similar to the chance that Alex Freeman had late in the first half, in which Luis Malagon turned away. What a heroic effort, Andrew.
Remnants of Guillermo Ochoa.
Here we go, as this is a through ball. Back the other way. Not a hard shot, but runs out more clock. Freese knows that the Americans have to go in a hurry. This will be brought back on along towards the left wing side. And waiting some time out towards the right, it is Richards, who gets the feed from Berhalter. Far side, as it is now controlled by the Stars and Stripes. And it'll be Tolkien. John Tolkien on the near side. Gets this one back up the middle. McGuinn. Volleyed away by Mexico. It's Santiago Jimenez who will carry this one over to Alexis Vega. Vega waiting towards the near side and getting tripped up. Losing its footing was Orbelin Pineda. The Americans on the offensive, they have 4 minutes left of stoppage time to get a tying goal to force extra time. It is 7 minutes total of stoppage time. It'll be Tolkien 1-on-1 as he was tangled up with Mexico, and he'll be kept with the Stars and Stripes right off of Cesar Huerta. Their side will be taken up and settled down by Ream, the Americans' captain. Chris Richards, Sebastian Berhalter waits a timeout over to Ream. Ream centering this one up and then going back. Berhalter towards the far side, knocked away. Here comes Alexis Vega. Vega on the rush here. Vega from the outside waits a timeout. Vega will set up to Pineda. Vega still with this. Pineda on the handoff. Pineda tripped. Free kick coming for Mexico. Three minutes to go.
One chance left for the Americans to tie this.
And they know it's desperation time because Patrick Aguirre missed out on the chances. Luis Malagón with a clutch save. That's one of the best saves that we've ever seen from Malagón in this game, along with the one they had on Alex Freeman. It's still 2-1 Mexico on the far corner. This one deflected out. And it'll take more time off the clock. We'll have to see if this is going to be a goal kick or a quarter kick as Brendan Aronson white this one. They're going to say it's going to be a throw-in for El Tri. 2:20 to go. On that far side, it'll be looked onwards at that far corner. McQuinn tying him up. It'll be Gallardo. Towards the near side, it'll be taken up and tied up. And the U.S. trying to do something here. And a giveaway here. Long shot stopped by Freese. Matt Freese has been everywhere here. And back is Berhalter trying to take this one up. The Americans can't get anything, but here they come. Knocked away by Mexico. 1:45 to play. Edson Alvarez up the far side. A bump. And Chris Richards will inbound. We'll see this one go inside. What a play by Cesar Montes to deny the Americans of a chance. And to remember, USA's out of substitutions. Mexico has that one substitution with them. And they're taking a sweet time with them. They're running out clock. But they have to get this one off soon. And Berhalter, and this was fired intentionally off Berhalter. So Mexico is playing the clock game. 1 minute to go. In the Gold Cup final, Mexico trying to win their 10th. The Americans, knowing the situation, this was swept out by Brendan Aronson and Mexico. They're going to get a quarter out of this, and they can coast this one home. They don't need a goal. All they have to do is play the clock game, and they will. They're playing keep away for the Stars and Stripes. 30 seconds. The Americans try to pull off a miracle here. Mexico keeping this one inside. Inside the box. Give and go. A sweep up. It'll be kept by Alexis Vega. With 20 seconds. Back over towards the far side. Just kept inside. By Pineda. Wasn't touched though. Do they have enough time? Freeman will start up from his own side. Freeman Freeze. Towards Ream. Would it be one last rush here? Tim Ream. Towards the near side. Contested. Losing the footing here. Be grabbed up by Mexico. Point out. And that is going to do it on the final whistle. That's going to do it. Se acabó. Se acabó. Mexico, for the 10th time, has won the Gold Cup.
Congratulations.
Oh. What a game! What a finish!
Congratulations, Alec.
Oh, thank you. Oh my goodness. Thank you.
And we can only hope Donald Trump is watching this.
I bet he's furious and he's blowing a gasket. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Oh, what a game on a match that saw Mexico control possession for 60% of the action, 15 shot attempts, 7 on goal. And what a game from Edson Alvarez. What a game for Javier Aguirre's squad. For the Americans, they had a lot of fight in them. And I can't wait to see what both squads have in store for next year's World Cup. But for the Americans, a special shout out to Chris Richards for having the game of his life. Oh. This place is thundering. This was a World Cup type of competition with World Cup type of vibes. Ho ho ho. And Edson Alvarez, Captain Clutch. And they're all partying along here at the middle of the pitch. Oh, Malagon, Montes, Sanchez, Alvarez, Jimenez, Mora, Vega, Ruiz. Muchas gracias. Oh, ho, ho. So, while there are no more victories, a lot has been gained and a lot has been learned throughout. Edson Alvarez and company leading the way on a thrilling finish in the CONCACAF Gold Cup. Mexico has outlasted the United States. Alvarez's 77-minute goal, it wouldn't have happened without the help of the VAR. Originally rolled offside, going past the U.S. line, the header that played him on the goal. Replay showed that Alex Freeman did not step up with the rest of his teammates, held Alvarez onside. The VAR saw it right. Alvarez was clear with the goal. The Mexico heavy crowd went wild here at NRG Stadium, mobbed by his teammates. What a performance here by El Tri to win it. What a game. Winning the Gold Cup 2023, Nations League 2025, Gold Cup 2025. That's in CONCACAF play. Oh, this is a 10-time Gold Cup champions now. And once again, Mexico reigns supreme, taking the title 2025, going 10-2 in Gold Cup final play. 1993, they were the champions. 1996, they were the champions. And again in 1998, in 2003, in 2009, in 2011, in 2015, in 2019, 2023, and again this year. These two are the two best teams in CONCACAF Gold Cup play. There's a lot to look forward to when seeing these two show out in the FIFA World Cup. And what experience is going to be for Javier Aguirre and Mauricio Pochettino. Could be facing a test from the Canadian national team led by Jonathan David and Alphonso Davies, and coached by Jesse Marsh. You remember that Marsh coached this team to a CONMEBOL Copa Oro semi-final appearance, where they fell to Argentina 2-0, but there's no shame in losing to a powerhouse in international play. As Donovan David and Alphonso Davies gained valuable experience from that moment, and they're known nationwide throughout Canada. The trophy presentation coming up next in just a moment. The final thoughts coming up from Houston in what has been a memorable game. So all throughout, this was a huge game. The Pochettino, we wanted Diego Luna to be more aggressive. Took a more advanced role in the second half, looking to be a bigger factor on the attack. And Pochettino told Jenny Taft and instructed Luna to stop dropping so deep defensively. He did that. Malik Tillman was hurt. It appeared that Edson Alvarez gave Tillman a kick. The officials didn't give a foul, and the only consequence is a hurt ankle for Tillman. He played through injury, which is a valiant effort for him. The immediate impact by Orbelin Pineda, playing his 5th Gold Cup, more than 80 caps to his name, caused the U.S. defense problems right away with a 1-2 getting in down the wing. So, with a big challenge for the Americans right after the Alvarez goal, the Americans spent a lot of the match in their own half. They've been picking about when to go forward, and they could not stay that way. You can only play that way for too long, given that they were down a goal. Jack McGuinn bringing passing range and creativity. They wanted to chase a goal. Triple sub for Mexico right afterwards with Raul Jimenez, joined by Roberto Alvarado and Jorge Sanchez. Santiago Jimenez, Cesar Huerta, and Isar Reyes coming in. They did some game-week timing wasting and all of that. The referee showed Jimenez a yellow card, insisting at the time as the U.S. protested. It appeared to be a normal tangle between Chris Richards and Santiago Jimenez, but it was much worse for Jimenez, grabbing his hand. Fingers bent in an unfriendly direction just minutes after he entered the match. And Milan going with a big save, not once, but twice. 2 great finishes. So the Americans missed several close chances. Alex Freeman ran in behind and had a ball that Luis Malagón never saw. It hit him in the face and it was kept out. The Stars and Stripes had 2 players all over the box. The referee waved out the penalty shouts before Luna fired over the bar from 15 yards. The Americans going to rue those chances, and they're going to rue that missed chance with Patrick Aguirre. Damian Downs smartly draws the defense, but lets Aguirre take the ball. Striker never got a good strike on the ball. Malagón comes out to make a last-ditch save, making Mexico stay in front. And Cesar Huerta went right at Freese. Mexico did all they did, keep the Americans from keeping the ball forward. They get a shot their own as Huerta shoots from distance. Then Montes with a monster tackle to save the game. An inch-perfect tackle. The fabulous play and a game saver for Cesar Montes right on Alex Freeman towards the box. And that sealed the deal for the 2-1 victory for El Tri. And what a game it is. From all the players and everyone. Words cannot describe the moments in which its people can celebrate this moment. 2 recoveries for Ream in the losing effort. And while it is disappointing for the Americans to be on the losing end, one can see this as momentum heading into the FIFA World Cup. So Ream, 6'1", 174, the St. Louis native. Looking at this, he's 37 years old, and who knows how much is left in his international career. But for Mexico, a lot can be used for this as momentum for the next match. Raul Jimenez, 34 years old, playing for Fulham. And a lot to learn for this tournament. and a lot of valuable experience to come from it. And Javier Aguirre putting them in dangerous areas all throughout. And the 27th minute being Jesus Gallardo, who led the way for Raul Jimenez to fire a corner shot. Marcel Ruiz on a beautiful give and go feed that set up the through ball. Gallardo to Ruiz as Ruiz called for it through traffic, and Jimenez got by through another bout of traffic and fired this one up the corner past Ream. And a tribute to Diogo Jota. Matt Freese had 4 saves in the semifinal when he was tested time and time again here at this tournament. And Gilberto Mora testing Freese with a long shot from distance that Freese kept away off his heads. First miss, stoppage time in the first half, as it was Alex Freeman breaking free. Freeman gets towards Luis Malagon with a header in which he bumps him right through contact and through the face. Then at the 77th minute, the set piece. And one of the things of this tournament in which it was a trademark for Mexico, set pieces, in which they lead the way through corners. This is the first one and the only one in this tournament in which they score on a set piece in which it was not a corner. Alex Freeman did not move up, and it was ruled a good goal. Second minute of stoppage time in the second half, as the Americans get another great opportunity. Patrick Aguiman could not get by Luis Malagon, and they were waiting for the tying goal from the Americans, but Cesar Montes blocks off his path. And a good save at the end for Malagon, leading to the 2-1 final here for Mexico to come out with the victory. Their 10th overall Gold Cup title. Chris Richards, who is understandably ever so motivated about this defeat. And Richards, of course, of a lot. And he's proven that he belongs on the American lineup for the FIFA World Cup next year. So this is Edson Alvarez, with Richards opening the scoring for the U.S. in the 4th minute, just over the goal line. So Jimenez paying tribute to the late Diogo Jota, his former teammate with the Wolverhampton Wanderers. Mexico dominate possession and chances. Alvarez got the end of a set piece, got the ball past Freese, which ended up being the winning goal, and a 2-1 victory for Mexico. So Diego Luna was quiet here for the Americans, and the silence of some of the Americans came to the light. The Mexicans. The header was initially ruled offside. After a video review, the goal was given. And Mauricio Pochettino used the same starting lineup against Mexico as he did in the knockout round wins against Costa Rica and Guatemala. The U.S. has won the Gold Cup 7 times. This is the 8th meeting between Mexico and the U.S. in the final. So this was a classic that will go down between both teams as the Mexicans start getting their gold medals. Luis Malagon, the winner of the Golden Glove of the 2025 CONCACAF Gold Cup, as he gets the handshakes from everyone here from CONCACAF. Gets presented the Gold Glove trophy. And it's going to be very interesting to see how the friendlies are going to look down the future. Edson Alvarez, the captain, next up at the handshake line. What a game he's had. What a tournament his team has had. He assisted on the opener. He's now a 3-time Gold Cup champion, having won it 2019 when he was just a 21-year-old, 2023, and now 2025. He awarded the best player of the Gold Cup tournament. Alvarez finishes with a goal with this and throughout this tournament. Cesar Montes with 3 goals as a defender off those set pieces. So the officials having officiated a great game tonight. Mario Escobar and company get the medals. It's the all. So his staff, Escobar, which includes Luis Ventura, Humberto Panjo, Walter Lopez, Benjamin Pineda, and Yasif Monge. So some of the point members of both teams, they have locked up starting spots for the FIFA World Cup. So the U.S. and Mexico national team, of course, they're going to use this as momentum to instill that confidence within the group. Back to back, and the crowd at NRG Stadium serenading the Mexican national soccer team of El Rey after El Tri beat the Stars and Stripes without a throne or a queen, but I keep being the king. Pero sigo siendo El Rey. The red, white, and blue getting the silver medals as the runner-up on the CONCACAF Gold Cup. Beautiful game here for El Tri as time goes by. And both teams, they may be proud for performances. Some people are thinking about what is going to be at the future for both of these teams. The United States, it will be gaining confidence from this game, with the image of this team. How is it going to shape up in the future? How is it going to shape up at the World Cup next year? Will they see Christian Pulisic get back onto the club? Will they see Diego Luna get full-time minutes? Will this be the last ride for Tim Ream? The spirit of these players being boosted throughout this tournament and some valuable experience throughout. Will this be a confidence boost for Matt Freese, for him to unseat Matt Turner for the starting goalkeeper position? Could it be for Mexico? How is the puzzle going to work throughout for the roster construction all throughout for the Mexican national team? And now, as everyone cheers for El Tri, and one can say that Gilberto Mora is going to be the face of El Tri in the upcoming years. One make the prediction here. And now here come the members of El Tri to get their gold medals and the Gold Cup trophy. It will begin with Luis Malagon, Jorge Sanchez, Cesar Montes, Edson Alvarez, Johan Vázquez, Eric Lira, Gilberto Mora, Carlos Rodriguez, Raúl Jiménez, Alexis Vega, Santiago Jiménez, Raúl Rangel, Guillermo Ochoa, Marcel Ruiz, Israel Reyes, Julián Quiñones, Orbelín Pineda, Ángel Sepúlveda, Jesús Orozco, Efraín Álvarez, César Huerta, Julián Araujo, Jesús Gallardo, Luis Chávez, Roberto Alvarado, and Mateo Chávez. Listed as jersey numbers 1 through 26 respectively. In that exact order. And Ochoa, the longtime goalkeeper for El Tri, who's been outstanding throughout the many years as the goalkeeper for El Tri. And even though Luis Malagon took the reins as starting goalkeeper, it's the appropriate passing of the torch And here's the captain, Edson Alvarez, receive his gold medal. He scored the game-winning goal for El Tri here in Houston. And what an appropriate ending for this tournament. To have the captain score the winning goal in the history of this tournament. The Gold Cup being brought along for the 10th time to El Tricolor, a Selección Nacional de México. Back-to-back titles. The celebration goes on towards the night. They all take their turns with his fabled trophy, as Ochoa hoists it high. If this is the last time he's hoisting the trophy, and while he didn't play throughout this tournament, he went out on top. Soon enough, he's going to retire eventually. It's the inevitability of all sports. And Mexico is up from here. Gilberto Mora with this trophy. If they all take their turns of it. So now, with everything that's transpired, El Tri, with a well-earned victory over the Stars and Stripes 2-1 through all the grind. 10-time Gold Cup champions. And a boost of confidence headed towards next year's FIFA World Cup. And from Houston, we say good night. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I'm Malik Nava saying so long. And stay safe, everyone. Take care.